On this episode of Motorhead Garage, we're going to get tired, exhausted, and gassed. But we promise you won't feel deflated unless you want to.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Motorhead Garage. Well, you know, folks, Sam and I do a lot of work here on the show, but every now and then we like to take a little bit of time out and give you some good technical information about some things that you may not have thought about. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about tires and tire treads. Now, what we have here is an ATV. These are these off-road tires. This is a radial. This is the Grim Reaper from GBC Tires. And this is a special tire designed for off-road use. Now, you look at this tread pattern on here. It's pretty darn aggressive. What they have to do is do a lot of technical work on this to determine what's going to work for what types of applications. And Sam's got a guy over here that can tell us all about it.
You know, Dave, you're right. Folks, I got Chris Leggin here with GBC Motorsports. These guys do a lot with specialized tires. You got a great research and development team. And you guys have been doing stuff with trucks and Jeeps and off-roaders. And we've got 3 cutaway tires here. So let's start off with this one here. What is this?
This is our Kanati Mud Hog. This is an MT with a 3-ply sidewall. Good tire to be using on a lot of applications as far as light trucks and the Jeeps, they like them as well.
Okay, now this thing here is pretty aggressive looking tread and does a good job off-road.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Has big enough lugs on the outside to where it can release the mud from it.
Okay, so now that's for, you know, pretty aggressive off-road, mud. Now how about if you get in the cold country where you got snow and ice? That what this is all about?
That's our Kanati Trail Hog, and it's actually one of the best in the market today available for snow and ice.
Okay, now how many plies is this?
That's actually a 10-ply tire.
A 10-ply tire, that's pretty rugged. Okay, so now I see it's got holes in here. I'm originally from New England, so I know what these are. This is for studs.
Absolutely, Sam. It is a studdable tire as well.
Those things are put in with a little gun and they're carbide. Those things really give you some grip, particularly on ice. And 10-ply, that's a pretty good load range. Now we got this tire here. Now this is for side-by-sides and ATVs.
That's our Kanati Mongrel. That's actually an 8-ply rated tire.
Okay.
DOT approved for ATVs and UTVs.
Okay, now why is DOT approved important?
Well, in today's market, there's a lot of these UTVs that they're putting brake lights and tail lights and headlights on them as well. And to make everything legal, they need a DOT approved tire. Okay. And this will allow them to go off-road as well. Okay,
so you got an off-road tire. Now tell me, what's the big difference? Why can't I just slap a set of these on instead of buying something special for a UTV and ATV?
What you're dealing with is a lot to do with weight. We actually kept the weight down on this tire when we developed it through all of our ATV and UTV tire line that we have. So these machines, it wouldn't bog the motor or work hard on the transmission. The light truck tires, they're a little bit too heavy for those machines.
Sure, you put heavy tires on, you increase your unsprung weight dramatically, you wear on the clutches, you overheat the gearboxes, you can do a lot of damage. Buy the real tires for it, and they've got them. Now you also have, down here, we got a trailer tire. You got a whole line of trailer tires. Tell me about those.
That's our Towmaster Summer Solution tire. For 20 years, people have been driving on these tires, and they have trusted the Towmaster brand tire for the dependability and the durability as well.
Right, and it's important that you have trailer tires on your trailer and you don't put car tires on it, because trailer tires have a different construction. And one of the biggest problems you have with trailers, especially in the hot weather, which is your summer solution deal, they get hot. So your inflation's important, but if you don't have a quality tire, you're on the side of the road. And if you got these expensive machines on the side of the road with bad trailer tires, it ruins your weekend.
Absolutely.
We got this Polaris 900 here, and that's got your tires on it too. Now that's what's that called?
That's the Dirt Commander. And that's actually an OE tire for Polaris this year.
Polaris thinks enough about it, so it comes on the machine. Let's let Dave show you a little bit more about that tire, the Dirt Commander.
All right, folks, what we have here is the Dirt Commander. Now, guys use this on UTVs and ATVs. A lot of guys use this in racing as well. What makes this unique is you can see right here, he's got this wide space in between the lugs. What this does is allow you to bite into the mud and the sand, give you good traction, at the same time, let you sling that out. Also, you can see the lugs right here are great for getting through rocks and logs. So hope you learned something here on Tire Tech. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we got a lot more coming here on Motorhead Garage, so stick around.
This edition of Motorhead Garage, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology. Original Parts Group, the world's largest source for GMA body parts and accessories. AMS, because we care. And by Hurst, America's #1 shifter.
You know, everybody ought to have one of these in their garage. This is pretty cool. Hey folks, welcome back to Motorhead Garage. Well, we've all been guilty of this one faux pas, and that is starting a car up in the garage with the doors closed. Now, I know you do that sometimes in winter, but carbon monoxide can get to you. Now, we got an answer for that. We've got Keith Korchma here from Molley Service Solutions. And Keith, Molley, everybody hears of Molley, of piston people. What's the story on this?
We actually have a full equipment line as well. And what we have here today is the EV1 exhaust ventilation unit. Basically what it is, it's a great portable unit to help you with that problem of starting a car in your garage.
Well, you know, a lot of guys will go ahead and they'll take a hose and hook over their exhaust system, which I guess is fine, but sometimes you got to run a long enough hose, it doesn't work.
Yeah, if you have a long hose on there, the exhaust from the car and the car's engine is just trying to push that out, and you really need a ventilation system that moves a good volume of air so that you don't have buildup of carbon monoxide in your garage.
And of course, trying to put in a full system like you see in a commercial garage, that can be pretty costly for you at home or the little guy out there that's working.
Absolutely. And this.
So go ahead, tell me about this now.
Well, what this is, as I said, an exhaust ventilation unit. It's portable. It's adjustable for different heights of vehicle.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Spring-loaded and mounted.
Yeah.
It moves about 270 cubic feet per minute. Mm-hmm. So it's got a very powerful fan on here. And it's very simple to use. It just plugs into any 110 outlet. You hook it up to the exhaust, turn it on, and you're good to go.
And it's on rollers, so you can roll it anywhere you want. Plus, I see here you've always got your hoses, and you can add additional length to that if you want to, if you want to put a connector to it. But we have this already set up for dual. This is an optional thing, right?
Absolutely. We have the Camaro here today, so we're putting on the dual exhaust kit, which is the optional kit. But it does come with accessories, such as large inlet pipes like this that'll work on just about any single exhaust car or a diesel truck, as a matter of fact.
So that bolts right here to the back of the unit then, so.
Absolutely. There's 4 thumb screws on there that this can be easily swapped out with.
So it's pretty simple, and plus it has the exhaust hose here. Now, this is high temperature, it's what, up to 250 degrees?
250 degrees, and it's 40 feet of hose.
All right, well, Keith, let's go ahead, let's hook this up. Let's give this thing a try.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna take this one over here. Okay. All right, Keith, these just slide right on.
Yeah, they got large enough ports that they'll fit just about any size exhaust.
Yeah, you want to slide these up. It's got this nice chain, goes around here so you can put it on there to hold it.
Yeah, you want to make sure it's secured with the chain. That way, if you have a real powerful motor, it doesn't blow the hoses off.
Okay, I think I'm in good shape right here. Okay, I'm good.
Looks good on my side.
All right, let's check this thing out. All right, Keith, go ahead and turn that on. I'll fire up the Camaro.
Got it.
Wow. I tell you what, this is what every shop should have. Now again, you know what, you say this is an option, right?
Yeah, the dual exhaust is the option, but it does come with the big bus pipe adapter that'll fit just about any vehicle.
You know, I'd get the option, be done with it. Boy, this will make any shop work a lot nicer, especially if you're working in winter time, you want to have the shop closed up. This is going to save you a lot of time and make you a heck of a lot safer as well. Anyway, Keith, I want to thank you for stopping by and bringing your exhaust system, the extraction system here with you.
Great, thank you very much.
Anyway, we got a lot more coming. Stay tuned at Motorhead Garage. Now, I got to talk you into leaving this right here, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, in this week's industry update, folks, we're featuring something from Portacool. Now, this is a portable cooling system. They've got the Hurricane, the Cyclone, and the Jetstream, different sizes here. We got the Hurricane right here.
This is an evaporative cooler. Does a great job dropping the temperature in your shop, working in a barn, an agricultural area. It's nice and light. It's on casters, so it rolls real easy. It's got a reservoir You can fill it up to make it totally portable, or you can hook a hose to it.
Exactly, and what you do, it's got a reservoir down here, they've put water in it, it's got a pump in it, and what it does is it pumps the water up and it just flows down here, just like a little waterfall, and it blows air through it.
Because as the water evaporates, it makes nitrogen, and it makes the temperature drop. Here you got a digital control panel, you got fan speed, you got your pump on and off, you got a timer, you got all kinds of controls right there, it's easy to use.
All right, and we turn it here on the back side, you can see I'll use this as a roll. You can see the size of fan that it has. It'll blow a lot of air through there.
Completely sealed motor. These are great units. You see them at races, people use them in their barns and their shops. It'll really drop the temperature and make your life comfortable.
You want more information about Portacool? All you have to do is go to their website.
Motorhead Garage, presented by ARP, coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
Okay, that cleaned it out a little bit better. Hey, welcome back to Motorhead Garage. You know, guys that are taking these Jeeps and trucks off-road, doing a lot of off-roading, well, one of the things they like to do is adjust the tire pressure in their tires, especially if they get like in sand or silt, something like that. They want to take some of the air out, and then when they get out of it, then they want to add air back to it. And a lot of them carry an air tank with them so they can do it. One of the easy ways to do that, though, is with a two-way air system. This is from Rock Smasher. Now, this is what it is. It's a series of plastic tubing, air lines like this, that you get in the kit. We've installed it on the right-hand side of the truck already. Up front on the bumper, we have a little control panel where you can add air to the entire system, and then we're running the lines along the left side right now. Now, Sam is up front, busy hooking up part of the lines from the main distribution part of it, getting ready to feed it back to me so I can finish it up on this side. Let's take a look and see what Sam's up to.
Now what I've got is I've got this 3/8 tubing. This tubing is really rugged stuff. This is, you have 3/8 and 1/4 inch we're dealing with on this Jeep. This stuff's good to about 150 degrees Fahrenheit, 60 degrees Celsius, and it take about 150, 160 PSI pressure. Now right here, this is a Rubicon we're working on. You guys with Jeeps know how capable these Rubicons are, and what we've got here, this is a disconnect module for the front sway bar, and it's got a wire harness, so I can go right across here. I can take some tie wraps, and it's supplied in the kit. And what I'm doing is I'm fitting this, make sure it's out of the way of everything, and I'm going to come up to this junction right here. I'll cut it when I figure the exact length. In the kit, they give you a really nice cutter with a blade in it. You put this in here, and you pop it. It cuts it nice and square, so it bottoms out in the fitting. They push in fitting. Same thing as an air brake in a truck. So I'll go ahead and measure this up, tie it up, and then pop it in here, and we'll have our distribution to where Dave is all set.
Okay, now what I've done is gone ahead and I put together these fittings. Now they're going to fit right up here in this hole that I've drilled. What you want to do is use a little bit of Teflon paste on here to help seal that. Now when I get this in, then this is where I'm going to hook up my air line. So let me go ahead and get this in. I already got the back one in. So I get this tight, then I can run the lines through.
When you put this tubing in, you want the edge of it cut square. The little cutter they have goes on like this. And you want to make sure you have enough tubing so you can have a gentle bend. You don't want to bend it. This works really neat. A little squeeze like that. The end of the tubing is square. And also in the kit, they give you plenty of this split plastic loom to go over the tubing. Remember, you don't want it to rub or abrade on anything. You push these in, give them a little tug, make sure it bottoms in the fitting, then they're seated. Now everything's protected. It's going to be in great shape. You ready for some more hose up here, buddy?
Yeah, okay. I'm going to pull that one forward a little bit.
Go ahead.
All right, now what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and connect this front line, and all you have to do is just push it in. What I've done is I've put that sleeve on it. There we go. And push it down. I put this sleeve on it, protective sleeve. I already got the other one run here in the back. What you want to do, comes in the kit, you get this sleeve that covers it. You want to put that on where you have all your junctions to give it extra protection. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and test it, but we're going to do that first. Then after we make sure we don't have any leaks, everything is fine. They send all these little clips that goes in here. This way we'll dress this line so that none of them are touching the body. They're all supported. That way they're good and safe. Should work fine.
Before we can test this, we have to install the whips at all four wheels. The whip, short piece of tubing with quick disconnects on it. One plugs onto the valve stem, the other plugs onto the fittings we put on the chassis. We come up here with our control panel, and if we want to deflate the tires, all 4 of them at the same time, just open the valve. We're slowly passing through all of the hoses. We shut it off. You want to check your tire pressure right there, front and rear. If you want to air your tire back up, all you do is take your air supply. In this case, we've got our shop air supply. You can do this from a tank or onboard compressor. Open the valve. All 4 tires are being inflated. You get them where you want. You can double check your tire pressure again right there. This Rock Smasher two-way air kit is a great kit for these off-road vehicles. We're going to go ahead and button this thing up right now. We need to take a quick break. We've got a lot more coming here at Motorhead Garage, so stay with us.
This week on the Steel Spotlight, I have found a 1969 Pontiac Firebird by the guys at Zinger Customs. You have really customized this with your own signatures throughout. So start at the back, because that's really where you started.
Right. The whole design started with when I took off the rear bumper. There's a really nice body line that is actually covered by that stock bumper. You don't even see it. I just couldn't cover it back up. So I just started cutting the stock bumper up, shortened it in every direction, made new ends. And so from that shape, the wing and the opposite shape going down for the heat shield for the exhaust, the center exhaust, is all built off that one shape.
There's a European influence, actually.
Yeah, I kind of want to put together supercar influences into modern looking muscle cars. A little bit over the top in some of the coloring, but that's what we see over in Europe in the supercars, Lamborghini, Ferrari, and so that's what I'm going for. My brother, he wanted yellow. A Firebird can pull it off pretty well, but I wasn't going to go with the original yellow. There's no way. He let me choose the yellow. I thought about doing the Lamborghini tri-coat, but I decided to go with the newer Camaro yellow, which they've been using for years.
This car is simply awesome.
This edition of Motorhead Garage, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology. Steel Shield, the ultimate protection against metal-to-metal wear. Rock Smasher, never kneel to a tire again. And by Bruce High Performance Transport, leading the industry since 1981.
Tell you what, Holley gives you enough hose here to get this thing run.
And it's a good quality hose, too.
It sure is. Hey, welcome back to Motorhead Garage. Well, folks, what Sam and I are doing now, we're right in the midst of installing a Holley EFI Terminator fuel injection system. This is electronic fuel injection, and it's a pretty simple installation. We got it on this 29 Pontiac two-door here, and you can see this is a pretty nice looking little hot rod.
Yeah, it is. They've done a lot of nice work on it. It's a work in progress. It's got tubular control arms and coilovers. It's nice, but there's a lot of work left to be done on it.
And we're running a standard hot rod motor here, which is a 350 Chevy, and this is pretty much stock in it, Sam.
Yeah, and this is a light car, so there'll be plenty. You know, Dave and I have been following the instructions. They come with the Terminator system, and of course, it's a 4-barrel, 950 CFM system, and it's got Holley's neat annular discharge rings. It's a patent pending system, no boosters.
Right, and this throttle body, the casting and everything, this is the same one that Holley supplies to NASCAR for use in all the Cup cars out there. So you can know it's got to be pretty good quality or it wouldn't go there for sure.
And you know, if guys are scared of hot rods, fuel injection. This is real simple. You got 4 80-pound-per-hour injectors. It'll support 250 to 600 horsepower. You got all your sensors. This is your map sensor, intake air temperature sensor sticking right there, idle air controller, everything you need right there.
It sure is, and it's pretty much of a simple bolt-on. Of course, what we've done is we've had this up in the air, we've run all our lines underneath, got our fuel pump in there, filters and so forth.
You did a pretty good job.
I tried.
You did. You know, you're gonna have a little pre-filter before the pump, a filter after the pump. It's gonna come up to the injection unit, then go to the pressure regulator, which is mounted on the chassis, and then the return line to the tank. And of course, this is great for ethanol because today's gases aren't going to affect this. You don't have things sitting in a float bowl. You're bringing your hot rod into the 21st century, good cold start, and the best fuel economy and performance you can get. So you also have a oxygen sensor. You did a nice job of welding that bung in, by the way, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
You've been practicing your welding.
I tried, but it's underneath so nobody can see it. So it works out pretty well.
Yeah.
By the way, I just installed these fuel lines here with these fittings. Little trick for you. Not everybody's got a set of nice aluminum A&N wrenches at home. So what I did is I took an adjustable wrench and I wrapped it with some duct tape on there around the jaws. This way I can use it on there. That way I don't booger it up. Makes it a pretty nice installation. So if you don't have the A&N wrenches, this is the other way to go. But don't do that with raw jaws on there.
That's right, nice tip. And of course, the throttle connection, it'll support a 700R4, turbo 350, or a 200R GM transmission and AOD Ford. Self-tuning is the best part. Here on the firewall, again, we're in progress. We just mounted the control unit inside. And what you have, are those tight, buddy?
Yep, go ahead.
What you have is a little setup wizard. When everything's wide and you turn the key on, okay, it comes alive. And there's several things here. This is where you answer some questions. Tell me how many cubic inches it is. Follow the instructions. It asks you a couple things about camshaft. And then, of course, you've got all kinds of setup. You've got the tuning, the wizard, the monitor. And as you bring this down, for example, the monitor, that's like a data stream. See everything that's going on. It's really a great way to go. Want to see if this will fire?
Go ahead.
All right.
Crank her over, bud.
Make sure you got no fuel leaks.
I'm going to stand away.
Running. Here we go.
Nice. We're good dry.
Yep, nice high idle. Also, it's a good set of gauges. You can watch your RPM, air-fuel ratio. When it comes up to temperature, this is a speed density system that works off the map sensor and the temperature sensor and the distributor input. And of course, it's compatible if you have electronic distributors like the small GM or the TFI Ford. It'll give you electronic spark time. It's got a lot of capability.
It sure does. And of course, once you get it on there, it's self-tuning. You don't have to have a laptop or anything to go with it. So it makes it a lot easier for guys out there to install it. Don't be afraid of it. Go ahead and put it on.
And the more you drive it, the better it'll get it. And if you change the cam, it'll learn the new cam.
All right, now if you want a lot more information about that, all you have to do is go to Holley's website and you can get it. Anyway, we've run out of time, folks. We want to thank you for being with us. We'll see you again next time here at Motorhead Garage.
So long. I'm impressed you don't have the first fuel leak.
No,
You did good.
Not this time. Sometimes I learn.
Yeah, this is good.